Okay, honestly, if middle school, the 3 to 4 years which encompasses that time period is going to be the worst years of your life, you got it pretty well made, honestly. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. This is another film which is based on a book which I have not read because it's a book written for kids, and so I have not read it as an adult. General premise of this film is that there's this kid named Rafe. He is a very talented drawer. He's very imaginative. He's very artistic. He's a talented kid. He's got a lot going for him in that regard, but he's not very good at following the rules, and so he's been kicked out of 2 schools. This is the last school which will take him in. He goes in and ends up being a very restrictive school. Doesn't really want imagination or creativity or anything in that regard. They've cut funding for the arts program, which is ridiculous in my opinion. And so he decides to rebel against those rules, and we have our movie. Now, I will say this right off the bat. This is a very unrealistic movie in regards to how they portray this school, because A, they have teachers which are excited to have to teach to a test instead of teaching to the students, which from every other teacher in real life that I've heard talk about that stuff, they think the exact opposite. They want to teach more to the kids instead of to a test. And so that part kind of bugged me. And then also the idea of a school restricting creativity to such a point where the school does, where they cut all funding for the arts program to basically anything creative. No school is going to do that because they would be sued out of existence, pretty much, I would think. Or at least it would not last very, very long, because creativity is part of what makes school tolerable for certain kids. Like if you're not a big science person or great at math, those types of things, like even with science, creativity is a big part of that, along with art, music, history, all the extracurricular artsy-esque things, dance, music, I don't know, stuff of that nature, which got me through my primary school years. So I'll just say that the idea for this movie is very outlandish and nothing which is ever going to show up in reality, hopefully. Griffin Gluck, he plays the main character. Rafe, he does a good job in the role. I have otherwise seen him in Red Band Society, which is a show which I wish had not gotten canceled because it's a very good show. Got canceled after 13 episodes. So we have him here in this movie, and so we'll see where he goes from here as an actor. But I thought he did a good job in his role. He was fun, he was relatable, he was charming, all the things that you need to be. Andrew Daly is the principal in this film. He does the ridiculousness that you would expect a principal of this kind of school to do. He's very strict, but he also tries to be relatable to the kids, which is very awkward to watch at some points. And so, yeah, I mean, it's what you've come to expect with these types of movies with evil principals, and yeah. And then Thomas Barbuska, he plays the best friend of Rafe, and I enjoyed seeing their chemistry on screen together because they are like brothers in this film. And so I enjoyed seeing that. Now, one thing which really impressed me out of the gate for this film is the animation, because this is something which I wish we would have seen almost for the entirety of the film, because I think that would have made it a very interesting and very unique movie, is the fact that you see Rafe create these creatures and these drawings, and then they come to life and they create this kind of animated story to an extent. And I really enjoyed seeing those aspects. They were probably the coolest, most entertaining parts of the film for me personally, because it was something different, and it's not a typical thing that you see in one of these middle school / high school-esque films, which aren't necessarily as relatable to me anymore. So I enjoyed seeing that. If this movie does well enough in theaters that it gets a sequel, I hope that we see more of that, or maybe see a film entirely in this landscape. I don't know. I think that'd be a cool thing. The pranks that they end up doing throughout the school, they're also very fun and creative. They're nothing which harms anything, which is really good. They don't like destroy property per se. They just kind of put their artistic spin on certain things throughout the school and break all the rules to the safest extent possible. And so I enjoyed those aspects. They were fun to watch. There are cartoonish characters throughout this film, as you would expect, with the principal, but also with the mom's boyfriend, who is just honestly kind of annoying, and just your typical douchey mom best friend who's more obsessed with his car than with his girlfriend's kids. And so yeah, kind of a dick for the sake of being a dick, and so yeah. The film is also pretty predictable as well. If you've seen any of these types of movies before, you know generally how the film is going to go, and it plays out generally how you'd expect it to. There is a surprisingly good plot twist about 3/4 of the way through the movie, I would say, in regards to one of the characters, which I honestly I didn't see coming at all, because I didn't expect it until they started talking more about a certain character in the movie. And I just thought it was a very good plot twist and something which I did not see coming. But once I thought about it, it made more sense, just in regards to how a certain character is treated throughout the film. I also thought I gave more depth to our main character, Rafe, as well, in regards to kind of how his mental persona just kind of deals with certain things in regards to kind of the darker elements of life. But guys, I'd be lying if I said that I did not end up enjoying this film for the most part. It is ridiculous, it is outlandish in regards to its premise. It does have some cartoonish characters, and it is very predictable, but overall, I did end up having a fun time with it. I was able to just sit back, relax, enjoy it, and appreciate it for what it was. So guys, let's go. The worst years of my life, not the worst 90 minutes of my life. So that's saying something, I would think. But guys, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Thanks for your comment and subscribe once again if you so choose. I appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.